Sometimes, the things she doesn't say and speak louder than the ones she does. You ever met a woman who swears she's fine, but her eyes tell a completely different story? She'll say she's not interested. She'll laugh it off. She'll pretend she's unbothered. But her silence, her small changes, her tiny reactions, they tell the truth she's trying so hard to hide. The truth is, women rarely confess their feelings directly. They protect them. They test if it's safe first. And if you don't know how to read between those lines, you'll think she doesn't care when deep down she's falling harder than she wants to admit. So, in this video, I'll show you 5 shocking signs she's hiding her true feelings. Theonies that reveal everything she's too scared to say out loud. Stay with me till the end, because once you learn to recognize these, you'll never misread her again. 1. Her actions don't match her words. She says she doesn't care, but her eyes, they tell a different story. You've seen it. She says she's fine, but suddenly, she remembers your coffee order, the name of your dog, or that one random thing you mentioned months ago. That's not coincidence, my friend. That's emotional awareness. When a woman hides her feelings, her mouth becomes her shield. Words are easy to control, but actions, they slip through when she's not paying attention. You'll notice the little things. She shows up where you are, texts you about something meaningless, or reacts to your story in a way that seems casual, but isn't. She's trying to stay subtle, but her emotions are leaking out through every tiny move. I remember a guy who told me about this girl who wasn't interested. She said she saw him as a friend, nothing more. Yet, every time he posted something about going out, she'd reply with, "Oh, must be fun," or "Who are you going with?" She wasn't jealous, right? But that pattern, those random check-ins, they spoke volumes. See, most men take women at face value. They hear the words and ignore the behavior. But if you look closer, actions don't lie. She'll act cool, but do things that show she's paying attention. She'll say she's busy, but somehow always replies. She'll talk like she's moved on, but still keeps tabs on your life. It's not manipulation, it's protection. Women hide their emotions because they don't want to feel stupid for caring too much. They want to appear in control, so they speak one language with their lips and another with their actions. Here's the truth. A woman's body and behavior will always tell the real story. You just have to be patient enough to notice. If she says she doesn't care, but keeps showing up, if she claims you're just a friend, but reacts differently when you talk to someone else, she's not indifferent. She's afraid. Afraid of being too obvious. Afraid of being rejected. Afraid that you might not feel the same. So, stop over-analyzing her words. Start watching her patterns, because sometimes I don't care really means I care too much. But I don't want you to know. That contradiction between words and behavior, that's your first clear sign. She's not cold. She's just hiding warmth behind her fear. 2. She pulls away then comes back again. This zone drives most men insane. One day, she's warm, texting you first, laughing at your jokes, and it feels like you're finally breaking through. Then all of a sudden, cold, short replies. Distant energy, like someone flipped a switch overnight. You start wondering, did I say something wrong? Did she lose interest? But here's the real reason. She didn't stop feeling something. She started feeling too much. See, when she gets close, that's her heart speaking. But when she pulls away, that's her fear. She's scared of what's happening inside her. She wants to control it, contain it, because once emotions spill out, she loses her balance. That's why she'll disappear for a few days, act distant, then circle right back as if nothing happened. It's not random. It's emotional defense. A friend once told me about a woman he liked. She'd call him every night, talk for hours, even flirt. Then out of nowhere, she ghosted him for a week. When she came back, she acted like nothing happened. It confused him, but the truth was, she was overwhelmed. She didn't know how to manage the emotions building inside her. Women are more emotionally aware than they let on. When they start caring, they panic because caring means risk. Risk of rejection, loss, exposure. So they test themselves. They pull away to see if they can reset. But when they realize they can't stop thinking about you, they come right back. And here's where most men mess up. They react. They chase harder when she pulls away, thinking they can fix it. But that only makes her retreat more. What she really needs to see is that your calm doesn't depend on her distance. That you don't crumble when she creates space. Because when she sees that, she feels safe. Safe to stop running. Safe to let her guard down. So when she disappears, don't panic. Stay grounded. Stay centered. Because her pulling away isn't the end. And it's her way of asking, can I trust you with my feelings? That push and pull isn't a game. It's fear in disguise. And if you stay patient, her fear will fade, revealing what she's been hiding all along, her true emotions. 3. Her jealousy leaks out in subtle ways. Jealousy is the emotion she'll never admit to. Yet, it's the one that exposes her fastest. You'll see it in her silence, in her sarcasm, in the way her energy changes, the moment another woman enters the picture. Picture this. You're at a gathering chatting casually with someone. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice her. She's smiling, pretending she's fine, but her body says otherwise. Crossed arms, quiet tone, eyes darting your way. You mention another woman's name, and she drops a playful jab, like, oh, she seems to make you smile a lot lately. Then she laughs it off, but her mood's already shifted. That's not coincidence. That's jealousy trying to hide under control. A woman who feels nothing won't flinch. She won't care who you're talking to or where you are. But a woman who secretly cares, she feels everything. Every detail, every small gesture, every smile you share with someone else becomes a quiet trigger. Here's the thing. Jealousy doesn't always explode. Sometimes it leaks through humor or subtle comments. It's not always loud. It whispers. One guy told me how this girl he liked would always say, "We're just friends." But every time he posted a picture with another woman, she'd instantly message him, sometimes playful, sometimes distant, but always something. She couldn't ignore it. That wasn't friendship. That was hidden emotion, wearing the mask of casual concern. Don't mistake that reaction as manipulation. It's emotional conflict. She's not trying to play you. She's trying to suppress something she doesn't want you to see. But here's the rule. Don't weaponize her jealousy. Don't test it, or try to make her jealous on purpose. That breaks trust. Instead, just observe. Because when her mood shifts over something small, it's not about ego. It's about attachment. Jealousy is emotional honesty, slipping through control. And that, my friend, is one of the clearest signs she's hiding real feelings. 4. She opens up then brushes it off. Ever had a deep moment with her where she suddenly drops her guard? Talks about her childhood, her fears, her regrets, and then laughs it off like it was nothing. That's not small talk. That's emotional exposure. When a woman hides her feelings, she can't just come out and say, "I like you." Instead, she builds connection in safer ways through vulnerability, masked as conversation. She'll tell you something real, then instantly cover it up by changing the subject. Anyway, I don't know why I even said that, she'll say. But deep down, she knows exactly why. Because that's how women connect. Emotionally first, verbally later. One man once told me he had this girl who kept saying he was just a friend. But tone night she told him about the pain she went through when her parents split up. Then she smiled awkwardly and said, "Wow, that got deep fast." He didn't realize it then, but that was her heart talking. Her defense system. Just try to take control afterward. When a woman trusts you with her truth, even for a second, it means something. Women don't share the personal stuff with men they feel nothing for. That moment of openness is intimacy disguised as small talk. So when she opens up, don't rush to make it romantic. Just listen. That's what builds emotional safety. And when she feels safe, her walls start crumbling on their own. Because underneath that laughter, that it's not a big deal, there's a quiet confession. It's her heart saying, "You matter more than I'm ready to admit." 5. Her body language betrays her. Which betrays? A woman can hide her words, but her body never. It's all there. In the way she leans closer when you talk, in how her pupils widen when she looks at you, in the tiny nervous fidgets, fixing her hair, touching her lips, adjusting her clothes. Those are not rehearsed gestures. Those are instinctive signs of attraction. When a woman hides her feelings, she'll try to appear calm, but the body always slips. She'll angle her body toward you, mirror your movements, laugh at your jokes, even when they're not funny, and she doesn't even realize she's doing it. That's what makes it so genuine. I knew a man who once told me about a girl who swore they were just friends, but when they'd walk side by side, she'd always brush her arm against his, and when he stopped walking close, she'd slowly drift back near him. That wasn't coincidence. That was subconscious closeness. The body doesn't fake emotion. It reacts. It shows what words can't. So, watch the details. How her tone changes when she talks to you. How she tilts her head when you speak. How she unconsciously mimics your posture. These are the raw truths that spill out when her heart can't stay quiet anymore. Men often chase words asking, "Do you like me?" But Herbity has already answered that question softly, honestly, and without filters. The real secret, the more she tries to hide it, the more her body exposes it. So don't just listen to what she says, watch what she does, because that's where her truth lives. Here's what most men don't realize. When a woman hides her feelings, she's not being deceptive. She's being careful. She's protecting herself from rejection, from judgment, from losing control. But the truth always slips out through her actions, her jealousy, her openness, and her body language. So stop chasing her words. Start observing her truth, because once you understand what she hides, you'll never be fooled by what she shows.